Hello, everyone, and welcome to the beautiful country of France. Grenoble, France, the hosts for the 2024 Grand Prix final, both junior and senior, as we fly over spectacular mountains. We see the city of Grenoble below us. Mark Hanratty is joining me. I'm Ted Barton. Now we have the junior men's final.
Well, it's been already an incredibly exciting event, and that was just with the practices. And now, following the conclusion of the women's senior competition, I feel emotionally drained and exhausted. There's a lot riding on this event for these athletes. There is prize money, there is respect, there is standing within the community, both nationally and internationally in their respective fields. And it's a lot for these young athletes to comprehend. And now, as we look forward to the men's event in the junior category, we wonder how these youngsters will adapt to an environment where they're probably performing in a bigger competition than if they haven't been in a final before, they ever have had before.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to say that I think on behalf of both of us, Mark, it is a tremendous honor. This is a job that fell into our laps that is a passion as well. And we're very, very lucky. We're very, very honored to be able to do this. And we thank the viewers from around the world for joining the Junior Grand Prix and following that, all those young skaters. We've seen the top 6 here in the junior category, but there were many, many, many more, hundreds more around the world that came from countries like Peru and Argentina and Turkey and all over the world, some developing skating countries. And that is an honor for us to cover those skaters as well. Today, it's the top.
Yes, and what a chance before we see these top of the Junior Grand Prix standings compete again. An opportunity to reflect back and think about all those that were part of the Junior Grand Prix series that gets to this point, because so many people involved en route to this. Today is a celebration of the best of those, but there's a lot to be said for the humanity that went to organizing those 7 events.
You and I do not forget about all the skaters.
No.
We're covering 6 today, but all of you that were on the Junior Grand Prix, all of you that want to be on the Junior Grand Prix, we respect and look forward to hopefully seeing you in the future. But here is the journey, the goal, if you will, for many of them to get to a Grand Prix final.
And for those athletes that are watching that perhaps took part in the Junior Grand Prix already this year, and to those that aspire to take part in the Junior Grand Prix in seasons to come, really utilize and relish this opportunity to see what the best are doing and to be inspired, motivated, and come with the belief that you're able to replicate some of the brilliance that's about to take place over the next 50 minutes.
And it's the beautiful thing about the Junior Grand Prix for federations that belong to the ISU. You don't have to have the quads and the triple axles to participate, at least in the Junior Grand Prix. And we welcome the skaters of the world that join that series and help to grow the sport worldwide. As we count down to 30 seconds prior to the announcement of the first skater, it's exciting. On this day, we get to celebrate the best with the rest.
And that's particularly poignant in this event because we do see representation from countries that haven't been at this level before.
Right there, New Zealand.
Yes. And as the countdown comes to a close and they're welcomed to the ice.
And let's meet our skaters for the junior men free skating. Representing Japan, Sena Takahashi.
Well, the youngest in the junior men's event, 14-year-old Sena Takahashi.
Representing Republic of Korea.
And from the Republic of Korea, 16-year-old Minkyu Seo. And from my homeland, from Auckland, New Zealand, Yanhao Li. Special moment for this young man.
What a huge occasion.
And the country of New Zealand.
Slovakia,
And from Slovakia, really a wonderful story, Lukas Vaclavik. From the United States of America, 17-year-old Jacob Sanchez. And the leader after the short program, a dynamic skater from Japan, Rio Nakata. sounds like we're preparing the fight card for the night.
It does feel like that.
Well, it's exciting. It is exciting to be here. It's exciting for them to be competing on the big stage, in the bright lights, because you train in the dark lights. You train in the early morning. You train, on rainy, wet days when the roof is dripping in not great conditions for many of these skaters. But here it is a wonderful, delightful, exciting stage.
And we have athletes on the ice now who have competed at Junior Grand Prix finals before, who have an understanding of what is to be expected. But for the likes of Sena Takahashi on the screen now, this is a huge occasion, and I'm conscious of when he competed on the Junior Grand Prix, he referenced that the success he was having after his first event lay him in the potential consideration for this Grand Prix final. That was already in the brain space of an athlete months ago.
It was a dream.
It was a dream, and now it's a reality. And he will be frustrated after the short program to find himself bottom of the sixth gentleman, but hopefully that doesn't diminish his appreciation of the moment.
But he will also feel motivated, and those are the types of moments that just spur you on to find a new level of your own skating. And there is Minkyu Seo from Korea.
And he was seen supporting Yosong Kim in the women's short program. Now it is her turn to return the favor and encourage Minkyu Seo, the junior world champion, to try to come away from the Junior Grand Prix final with a medal. First Korean man to medal and win the Junior World Championships. Can he medal at the Junior Grand Prix final?
Representing the Republic of Korea, Minkyu Seo.
Heartfelt. There you go. And this young man here not only is special for his skating, for his moment on his journey, but also he's a leader of perhaps a generation of New Zealand skaters.
And we've seen Japanese skaters and Korean skaters introduced to the arena already. They come from skating nations where there are hotbeds of talent surrounding them. They have environments that are conducive to the success. Yanhao Li, along with his coach Best Cow, are utterly trailblazing, and they're grateful to the rink for the support that they're achieving, and they're working so hard. They're trying to attract as much media attention to gain recognition, ultimately to gain sponsorship, to help this talent and this hard worker, both as coach and as student, to fulfill the potential that he has.
A great respect for blazing new trails in a new country, not a new country, but a new skating nation at this level. And a great story from Slovakia, Lukas Vaclavik.
Yes, and Lukas Vaclavik taking over the mantle at this event from Adam Hagara. And he will be delighted to find himself in bronze medal contention and a bronze medal position after the short program. He had a wonderful short, and actually I think he still missed an element within that. He had no call on the change foot sit spin. So had that happened, then he could have been fighting for gold.
Deeply working on the iPad. And there is a 17-year-old Jacob Sanchez from the United States. What a great, powerful skater, and wonderful story by him as well, and such a kind young man.
A real brilliant advocate, and somebody that I know is incredibly popular in his respective rank. He inspires others, and perhaps like we saw in the women's competition in the senior category just moments ago, his friendship, camaraderie and support of other skaters in his respective rank blazes its own trail of being good sportsmen as well as good athlete.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're leaders in the competition, but they're also leaders in life, but they're too young yet to know that other people are looking up to them. They're inspiring a new generation. They'll start to learn that as they continue on their journey up into senior. And the final skater from Japan, and I love the fact how bold he is. He wanted to win every competition. He's talented, he's aggressive. And there's Rio Nakata.
Popping open on the quad toe loop. He will, I suspect, have the greatest difficulty of planned program content. Whether he needs to use it or not remains to be seen. Certainly there, testament to his quad ability with that toe loop.
Well, whether he needs to use it is one thing, whether he wants to use it is another, so we'll see what he chooses to do here in the free program.
Well, it's interesting because we saw Mao Shimada take her third consecutive Junior Grand Prix title and still commit to her planned program content, irrespective of the fact she didn't really need it. Rio Nakata, well, talking about
There they are.
Takahashi, the right of the screen, alongside the two other medalists from the junior women's event.
And now we'll have a look at the fans. Yes, it's Christmas, soon to be. And as these skaters go home, now they've got to, it's funny because you look forward to the Christmas break, but you also realize the Christmas break is also a work in progress.
Well, it seems like a distant memory for me now, but I remember that Christmas didn't mean Christmas as it does for others when you're an athlete that's going to compete so soon after it. And so these skaters, true to the diligence and discipline that they give to be this good, will be a little bit more mindful over the rest time that they have at Christmas. Nevertheless, important to take some downtime to come back stronger.
Well, particularly the Japanese skaters who will skate at the Nationals or the Senior Nationals, those that are going there just 2 weeks from now.
Yes, and actually the Rio Nakata's father was explaining that they're happy that Japanese Nationals is slightly earlier. It will finish on the 21st of December as we see Santa Claus in the audience.
Yes. God, he had time to come here to
You
Grenoble.
got work to do, mate. You get back to the...
Yeah, come on.
land.
Oh, he's got, you know.
He's got minions.
Yeah, he's got help. Okay, here we go. First skater. He's so thrilled. It was a dream to be here. Now he's living his dream. 14-year-old Sena Takahashi.
Sena Takahashi.
And there'll be a completely different contrast in the emotional intensity and delivery of the presentation of the free skate for Sena Takahashi as he skates to Vivaldi's Four Seasons.
He's a 148.61 season's best in the free. Well, Mark, you could see the joy in Sena Takahashi's face. The 3 C's. He was centered, he was comfortable, and he was confident.
And I'm so delighted for an athlete who trains in a rink, I think the Kanoshita Academy, where so many other skaters have been successful at this event. We've just seen Mona Chiba in the senior women's event. Mal Shimada, his training mate, winner of the women's event. And the disappointment he must have felt on the short program has been utterly redeemed. This is a skater who just a month ago beat Rio Nakata in the short program at the Japanese Junior Nationals. So he came into this event thinking he could be contending for the lead, understandably, because he beat Nakata. Didn't do that, but he's just delivered today.
Well, and now he's enjoying the dream that he had earlier in the season about making this. He was nervous going in, but at the end of this program, he's enjoying every single step to get off the ice. Absolutely, and so deserved. There's Coach Mia Hamada and the final words and the contact as we take a look. There's the triple Lutz. Nice all the way around, up into the triple toe loop. And he delivered 2 triple axles in this program as well. Very solid throughout, Mark.
And I think that opening triple Lutz, triple toe, which we have just seen, having had a fall on the Lutz, here's the triple axle. No question mark over that, as opposed to the short program where he had mistakes on the axle and the fall on the Lutz. Today, there was a totally different mindset.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is, for sure, technically he did the elements. There's work to be done on refinement. Point to toe, stretch, free leg, you know, maybe a little bit more emotional connection with everything. But really, at this stage, he's junior. This is excellent.
And this is where everything that he dreamed of being here can help him now. His work is done now. Now, sit back, relax, go and watch Yuma Kageyama, go and watch Ilya Malinin afterwards.
It's awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's the dream. That is right there is the dream everybody wants.
Yeah. And for himself, he skated very well with work yet to be done, and he'll study the seniors and see and clearly have his eyes set on how he moves forward and how he refines his whole performance. But on this day, it was a dream come true. Season best, 148.61 for Sena. We'll see how close he comes to that. First skater out. Pre-program score, a 142.57. I think that's pretty happy with that. With a total competition score of 204.40. Happy skater. Happy kiss and cry. Coaches are happy as well. As we take a look at our next competitor, representing the Republic of Korea, 16-year-old Minkyu Seo.
And Minkyu, the junior world champion, had a challenging short program. He fell in the triple flip yesterday, or 2 days ago, now hoping to return to the form that saw him win the world junior title earlier this year.
147.70 is his season's best in this program as he skates to the fun piece, the beautiful piece of Singing in the Rain by Gene Kelly.
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane, just singing, singing in the rain. Dancing in the rain. I'm happy again. I'm singing and dancing in the rain. Singing in the rain.
Well, that was a nice clean skate.
The 2 for 2 so far, and brilliant performances from the junior men at the Junior Grand Prix final. I think we are really benefiting from performances that have had 2 more months of training since we saw them last on the Junior Grand Prix. And Minkyu Seo really delivering as he attempts to climb up onto the podium. Now, a month ago, he was second behind Junwon Cha at the Korean ranking competition with a score of 166.95. Now, admittedly, that was seniors, so there's an extra element, but that gives us an indication of the quality that he comes into this event with. He looked surprised at the mistake in the short program, and I think that was not a representation of where he was. This seems to be much more reflective of what he had been delivering in practice en route to Grenoble.
Very nice and tidy throughout this program. Tight rotation positions, good flow in and out of the elements, and it's a solid performance.
And I was just thinking as I looked at the age of Minkyu Seo and his birthday, as we look at this triple axel, we're seeing the next generation over the next Olympics. Minkyu Seo here with triple axel, triple toe will go up against probably the likes of Rio Nakata for years to come.
True. Rivalries. Friendly ones.
Yes.
Well, here on the bio, it says he had choreography from Patrick Chan and Elizabeth Chan in Vancouver. And Patrick Chan, of course, a world champion numerous times, and Yeji Shin. And the juniors have good choreography. It takes a little while for them to feel the movement, to really have it soar outside of the personality, from the personality as well, and the facial expression.
And so much of the, as we look at this triple flip, so much of the training time is devoted to the acquisition of these elements. Triple flip and 2 double axels, that has the, as I say, the acquisition of those elements requires so many falls, endless practice. As they head towards the seniors, then their tech content less likely to be pushed and more time devoted to the skating skills.
Yeah, you can't do both things at the same time.
Yeah.
These careers are 15 years long, so you don't learn it all in the first 5 years, that's for sure. Let's take a look at the scores for Minkyu Seo, 152.46, and there's one of the first season's best we've seen. Wow, that's huge. And that's first in the free program with 222.14 as Minkyu Seo takes over the lead, second skater in the event. Great result. Nice job.
Yeah, again, 2 happy skaters for 2 performances, and that's everything we all want to see.
And there's Yanhao Li of New Zealand, a trailblazer in his part of the world, and rightfully so, a wonderful skater.
truly brilliant skater. Great combination of both program component scores quality and technical element score quality as we see him simulating the takeoff for the triple axel that he plans to open with.
He has a 146.84 season's best, and he'll skate to earned it by the weekend.
To see this little bedtime tale was funny. I could cry to think of all the irony I've missed. What an unusual twist. Right at the end of it, funny. I could see that this pathetic scene would be so funny. Once you stray to find a grain of humor underneath. Life double crosses with style, forcing you into a smile, so it can kick you in the teeth. Just desserts. We can all laugh till it hurts. At my expense, I'm accustomed to working on spec. I always pick up the check. I think it's funny. Who could top or make this comic opera more compelling? You could weave in some deceit to even up the score. You'd have us all on the floor. That would be roaringly funny. Sad enough, my life's a joke that suffers in a telling. Just another hoary chestnut from the bottom drawer. I've heard so often before that I can't laugh anymore.
You know, Mark, what was the most impressive part of this program for me is he took 2 falls, but he actually got energized after that. He got into it, I felt a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more confident, a little bit more determined, maybe even mad. I don't know, but the performance improved.
And I connect with the style that he has, a lovely style across. He's a quality skater, but we were talking as he was performing about, you know, we want the best for every athlete. We want everybody to skate cleanly. But you feel even more connected with this athlete because of the knowledge that he doesn't train in an environment that has previously been producing this quality. And so you're so eager for this skater to have success, because then that will span and promote others to follow in their footsteps.
Well, and I don't think it matters where you come from. I don't think it matters how many people that you train from, because it comes from within. Yes, it's easier when you're surrounded by other skaters to a certain degree, but he is a trailblazer, and you can see he isn't aware the disappointment on his face, and maybe not just for himself, but he feels maybe he let people down. He has not let anyone down, making it here. Look at that triple axel, cover the ice spectacularly and into the double toe loop. He's a remarkable young man from a developing skating nation.
And the technique, like this technique it's not like they're, scrambling to try to figure out how to triple axel. His triple axel, when it's done, obviously wasn't done on both occasions today, is quality, as to the loose. Today, no.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But this second one, I mean, look at that. That's very plusable on the grade of execution.
It's beautiful. It really is. And, when you're thrown into the spotlight, and this is a big spotlight here, and he has not been in a spotlight like this. Junior Grand Prix would be the highest one. So here he is, and coping with all the desire of what you want to achieve at the moment with the bright lights and the television and you name it, and everybody back at home. That's not easy.
And I suppose what we can corroborate with our experience of watching so many athletes over the past few decades is that this is disappointing, this is frustrating, but he has a groundwork delivered by his coach Pascal that will facilitate him being successful. He's not going to, he might end up bottom now because of that skate comparative to what we've seen already, but he has been given a foundation of quality that he will be competitive with the best in the world for many years to come.
Take this tough moment, this painful moment, and fuel it. Have it fuel you, because he has the ability, all the ability here, has a very, very bright future. And I want him to enjoy the moment. I think he wore the burden of a lot of things on his shoulders here, but he's blazed a trail, and the future's bright. Let's take a look at the scores for Yanhao Li. In the free program, a 129.46. That is third in the free program, and that's correct on this day, for sure, with a 201.63 total competition score. A great job, a great season, young man.
Junior Worlds, bring it on, what I say.
Keep your chin up, keep working, keep going. You're well along the way. That's too cute.
Well,
I love it.
Here my pants gone down to watch this one.
There's the Slovakian flag for Lukas Vaclavik.
A new coaching team over the past year that has fast-forwarded his progress significantly.
135.78, season's best, skating to two talk and Truman sleeps.
$1.7 billion were there for his birth. 220 countries tuned in for his first step. The world stood still for that stolen kiss. And as he grew, so did the technology. An entire human life recorded on an intricate network of hidden cameras and broadcast live and unedited 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to an audience around the globe. Coming to you now from Sea Haven Island.
Lukas Vaclavik hopefully can take comfort from the support of the audience here after a difficult skate in his free skate.
Well, he had a good short program, there's no question, but we know, and we've said so many times, because it's so true, you cannot and will not win everything. You're going to have to go through these extremely painful, and this is an extremely painful moment for this very talented skater. It looked like he was a little bit out of shape, perhaps, a little bit fatigued. And this is the moment that hurts the most for this hour or so.
But
it does one or two things. It pushes you forward or it backs you off. It's your choice.
Absolutely. And they didn't, as we look at the opening, he's got a glorious triple axel. You could see there wasn't the conviction to that on takeoff. And that's what we've seen from some of the seniors that have mistakes early on, but then have the experience for which to tap in to then deliver. And he did that with his triple lutz, double axel, double axel.
Yeah, and if the work is done, and the work, you never know if the work done is enough. Well, on this day, you can see it falls short. And this is a very talented skater, no question, but talent doesn't do it.
No.
It's the work that does it. Talent doesn't only do it.
It's the endless repetitions of run-through, making sure essentially that you've done more run-throughs really than anybody else to facilitate replicating that under the pressure of competition. Yeah. Great camera shot. They deserve it after the support they've given.
It's a tough day. Some thought process has to go into why did this happen. And
I've just got interesting information that his blades broke earlier. It's unconfirmed, but Lukas had struggled with blades earlier today even, so we'll see if that gets confirmed.
Okay, we'll see if that, exactly. And if that's true, and there's a new blades, and you can understand the struggle.
Discomfort.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem with commentating. We don't know sometimes what happens in a skater's, as a skater has a challenging skate. We don't understand the background. Sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't. And so I don't want to assume that there wasn't enough run-throughs or that he's out of shape or that he's sick, or we don't know.
No.
Right? But nevertheless, that was a tough skate.
It was a tough skate, but equally quality skater.
Quality skater, absolutely. We saw that in the short program. So he displayed the top, and the challenge as well. Those are hard moments to live through. They really are. I think I think everybody in life has lived through those disappointing days, no matter what they do, whether it's academics or sport. And they're wonderful teaching moments, but painfully delivered, right?
And Lukas has been vocal, as you said yesterday in the short program, about trying to push Slovakian skating forwards as a team. So he obviously has an ambition for Olympic Games, and this is just a stepping stone. And we've even referenced with the likes of Minkyu Seo, who leads the field at this place, about how this group of men are likely to be a group of men that will lead us through Olympic cycles to come.
They have a dream, right? And it's a rocky road to that dream. And we saw for Minkyu, it was there, but on this day, not for this young man, 103.64, that is fourth in the free program for Lukas Vaclavik. With a 176.36 total competition score, and that'll put him into fourth place. Good skater, tough day. Our next competitor represents, guess who? The United States of America, Jacob Sanchez.
And we saw Jacob's mother in the audience, so incredibly proud after the short program, and now he finds himself just 0.15 of a point off first place after the first portion of the competition.
148.97 is his season's best. And he has it all. It's the big stage, bright lights, and the moment to produce for Jacob Sanchez.
forse sai che domani non mi troverai. Non è mia colpa, è la vita che mi porta via da te. Con il tempo scoprirai che l'amore viene e se ne va, ma c'è un solo amore che non muore, che col tempo di maestrale che improvvisamente il cielo schiarirà. Ma io ci sarò, e se sarai felice al cielo
America's Jacob Sanchez comes good towards the end of a free skate that started precariously. And I so appreciate Jacob's, both his strength and energy across the ice with power, but then the emotion that he brings to it. And it's an emotional piece of music, and he articulated it well.
You know, we have the opportunity to watch the skaters throughout the year. I saw him in July in Milwaukee, and then move on to the 2 Junior Grand Prix events that he did in Ankara, Turkey, and Ljubljana, and now to the final. And this was the dream for all of these skaters, and it's the pressure moment, which they don't often experience at this level. And he fought his way through that, held it together, and you could see eye to eye, coach and skater. Here's the first triple axel, rides off the end of the edge, looks good in the air. Free leg is slow getting out, a little bit too far back, and the heel has to step out of that element.
And here, a chance to look back at some of the emotion. The second of the axles was a great salvation. What could have been a step out turned into a double toe loop to make the combo. And this is a skater that is a big ambassador for Diversify Ice. He's really keen to help inspire another generation of skaters from different backgrounds to take to the ice. And that's so amazing at 17 years of age that he's thinking just beyond himself, not just, you know, for himself, thinking of others already too, as we see the triplets and the first of the 2 double axles.
And those are such nice things to learn about these skaters. We look at them as athletes and as artists, and we watch them, but who are they as people? And those little tidbits are so important.
And you got to think also about the pressure. He's a fraction of a point off winning. His family are here supporting him. This great expense of the family to fulfill his dream.
Yeah.
And he's delivered. I'm sure no matter the score, they are beyond proud.
Well, 148.97 is his season's best. And on this day, and the final, it's a 148.14, so close to his season's best. That's second in the free program. But the total competition score, 227.38 as he takes the lead with one skater to come. He'll wear a medal colored silver with tears of joy with Jacob Sanchez.
Oh, it's amazing.
What a moment, what a human moment.
Coach Oleg Makarov, a former Olympian, an Olympic medalist himself.
And there is the final competitor, the leader after the short program. A young man that boldly said at the beginning of the year, I want to win, my goal is to win everything. He didn't win the first competition, but he fought back. It was a lesson as he learned it. We'll find out right now. Rio Nakata. And he'll skate as his father did to the music from the Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, you can see the reaction of Rio Nakata, his hands holding his forehead, because that was an opportunity, perhaps missed. We'll see the scores, but anxiousness and exuberance, uncontrolled at times, dilutes talent. And this is a very, very talented young skater. His desire to win this, his desire to be at the top, to win everything is admirable, but it needs to be controlled.
It's interesting. I was, based on practices and based on what I've seen online as well, Rio Nakata to me could have easily won this competition.
Yep.
And I was even suggesting, oh, it's a shame that he's not age eligible for the Olympics because he has the potential to make the senior team. But his father was saying, no, too early, still lots of lessons to learn. And this, I think, unfortunately, is going to be another one of those lessons, because the title that he could have won, I don't think it's going to materialize.
And I would suggest to you that his father knew that the lesson was not about a jump or a spin.
No.
It was about the experiences, emotional experiences that you have to travel through. We've talked about it, and we've seen perhaps another one here. Here's the quad toe at the opening of the program. Looked great in the air, a little bit too far forward, has to touch down. Still saved it.
The only quad of the event.
Yes. And then he opened up. I don't know if this is it right here. There it is. Opened up on the first triple axel. Turns into a single. Now, doubt begins to creep in. But he fought back with a second triple axel. Euler. Triple sow.
And, you know, in practice, we've seen triple axels which were very +3, +4 grade of execution. Top quality of senior quality.
But you know, when you're that young and you have that much power and that much energy and that much desire, it sometimes overrides technique.
And as you so wonderfully say so often, Ted, these are the lessons that cannot be done in the training ground.
Oh, you can't simulate disappointment. You can't simulate all these.
Pressure.
You have to have this under the lights. We never know what we're going to get. Well, 151.98 is the season's best. You'll be far short of that with a 135.94. That is fourth in the free program. Will he be on the podium? Total competition score of 215.33. Yes, he climbs back on the podium with a bronze. And there is Jacob Sanchez. I think he didn't maybe expect to take this because he knew Rio was behind him. Wow, he fought hard enough.
And
saved
he's
enough.
deserving winner.
Deserved the win to win here. Yeah. Isn't it nice, the camaraderie amongst all these athletes? And you can see Rio, you know, in really a difficult emotional state at the moment, and he'll be supported by his father and his coaches and the other competitors.
And, you know, that's where, you know, Rio's amazing. The only man to do a quad. He's got an army of different quads that we've seen in practice. He's an incredible athlete, but he's a young man. He's still, you know, this is where you just want to, you know, you
emotionally, you just want to support them all, and we do support them all. But then there's the reality of competition, of which we see, which we need to be open and honest on. And this was a tough day.
And interesting that all of the men, there's movement in the standings across this event, which then should hopefully give confidence to the men competing here that haven't had the success that they want, that when they go to Junior Worlds, they could turn it around.
And you know what? There's lessons to be learned not only in your own skate, there's lessons to be learned in watching your competitors, who you might have thought one thing and they show up on another, whether that is up or down. So this is the learning ground. We've talked about that throughout the Junior Grand Prix season. We saw it here yet again in the Junior Grand Prix final.
As we look to the leader after the short program, the only man to quad in the event, Rio Nakata, such a talent. And I'm sure that disappointment today, tears in the kiss and cry, but we will see this man again.
Absolutely. The Junior World Championships are yet to come. There's a bigger title at stake.
Second at Junior Worlds last year. Can he now use this to propel him to the top spot?
Absolutely. Days like this are painful, but they fuel you for the future. As we take a look at Minkyu Seo. He's in second with a 222.14. And a pretty good steady skate. Look at the speed coming into that triple flip. Great distance in the air. Keeps the momentum up into the double axel across the ice. And one more for good measure.
singing in the rain. Just say.
Well, we've seen different types of crying in the kiss and cry over the course of this event. Jacob Sanchez had tears of utter joy upon finding out that he would be a medalist prior to the skate of Rio Nakata. Now he knows he is the champion at the Junior Grand Prix final, and the memories made in Grenoble for Jacob and his family will be some of the most special perhaps of all their lives.
And you know, another lesson even for him, you win even though it's not your perfect program, but fighting for every single point. Well, that concludes the coverage of the junior men's final here in Grenoble. What's up next, Mark?
We look ahead to the junior ice dance, free dance, and the final junior titles yet to be decided on this last day of competition in Grenoble.
We'll hope you join us.